Hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to talk about the Leetcode question number 8, string to integer. The question marked as medium. Let me have a look. Implement atoi which convert a string to an integer. The function is first discussed as many white space character as necessary until the first known white space character is found. Then start from the character, then an option initial plus or minus sign allowed, but as many numeric digits as possible, and interpret them as a numeric number. So the first paragraph tells you you accept a string, and the string can have a white space ahead. You need a trim first. So that is one. Tell you this paragraph tell you. Paragraph 2, the string can contain additional character after those that form the integer number, which ignore and have no effect on behavior of the function. So second paragraph actually is tell you if the integer start the integer, then you follow additional character, it is acceptable. You just ignore these additional characters. And paragraph 3, if the first sequence of a known white space character in string is not a valid integer, the first character is invalid, or if no such sequence exists because either string is empty or it contains only white space character, no convention is performed. So the third paragraph is tell you they have some special case. So you cannot convert if the first character is ABC, then 1, 2, 3, then you just return 0. And the last paragraph say if no valid convention could be performed. So this will say any exception handler just return 0. The notes in here, only the space character is considered as a white space character. Assume we are dealing with an environment which could only store integer with a 32-bit assigned integer range. Is from here. If the numeric value is out of the range of represented value, then you just return either is the max or is the minimum. Okay, so let's look at the example. Example 1 is the perfect scenario, so 42, just 42. Example 2 tell you need a first trim empty space, and you need to find the sign is positive or negative number. Positive or negative as the first character is accepted. So then you start to convert the digit number. So like this one. Example 3 actually expand on top of the paragraph. He said, if you start the digit number, then you append some other characters, it is acceptable. So you just print out the digit number, convert the integer. Example 4 actually give you a invalid scenario. So either start with a character, then have a digit. In this case, you could just ignore them. And number 5 is tell if overflow, you see too small, then you return the minimum negative integer. So before start the code, it marked as medium. It actually is similar to question number 7. So you just model or divide time. But how do I convert character 4 to a digit number? You could they have a smarter way. So every time I get a character 2, I minus character 0. So if I get a character 2, I minus character 0, then you will get a digit number 2. So that is the trick. Otherwise, this one have nothing, is not difficult than the previous question. So just let's start the code. Number one, he said, you receive a string, but the string could be empty, so we string the string first. And after the string, he said the string could be empty, could be, once you string, it could be a null or string dot length if equal to 0. So empty, then you don't need to waste your time to character, just return 0. And then the first character is very important. Only is plus and the negative sign is accepted. So for first time we need to find if is negative. If not a digit, definitely is a negative number, then we just continue. Otherwise we just return 0. So character first equal to string dot character 0. So we get the first character. First character is very important. If first character is elective, we don't need to do anything. So by default, I assume is positive. And we need to loop the string, so we have a start position. Start with a 0. And the whole string length, how long we need to loop, is the string length. And could be overflow, so we assume it is the result. Actually, I just sum the result. It is the sum. We could say sum, or we just say the answer by default. It is the 0. You actually just like if you have watched my previous video, it actually just sum them together. So like I said, you only accept the sign, the first character. If equal to plus, it is fine. So we just the sign we are equal to 1, then you move position. And it also accept the first character equal to negative. If it is negative sign, we also accept the sign will be negative 1. Then we are move our pointer to the next character. Only these two is accepted. Once it's moved here, then we started loop. Once we started, if the character, we also need to say that, you see, even we found that the first sign is plus or negative, but what happened if they here say plus, then start the word? So we always need to check if it is valid digit. So check valid digit first. Character is digit. So if it is character, so if not the character, then you don't need to continue looping. You already finished in term. Then just return. Actually, here just return 0 is fine. Right. And if this one, if he passed here, the first character is digit, so we just start. So and then the answer is answer. Then similar like I did the top one, answer just every time I times 10 because I module 10 first. But then can plus, I don't know if I, for example, in here passed these characters. First character is 4. Okay, the 4 coming in is a character. A character could minus character then will become a string minus a string. Then we get an integer. String dot always compare with this character. So now we can move on and move to the second one. So for example, in here 4 2, second line 4 2, then finish the loop, then you could return. Because the answer is no, so times sign. Okay, but in here you are, like I said, still have a few scenario. You need 100. So what happened? Auto flew, so we need to check. If it's too big, if too big, we just return integer dot. If it's too big, we just return the biggest integer and it is positive first. What happened if not too big? Can it be too small? Yeah, -1. Then we just return the minimum. This is the invalid situation. It hadn't. Now we just run the code to see if I have any syntax issue. Doesn't run. Looks like it's fine. If I submit it, see if I pass any scenario. Okay, now I get a character 19. Character. If first string dot character 0, he said it's something else. If string compare, then do it for string character cannot find the string dot character at I symbol method is digit. I think it's spelling issue. Is digit, not a ER. No. Because this one. Because you could be coming second time. You see, this happened is not because inside a loop I didn't consider this scenario. So the action is answers times sign. So you return 4190 instead of return 0. Because I just forgot I was inside a loop. So let me submit again. So it passed. So this question with the previous one similar. So the only trick you just need to know just here you could get the digit value if pass, and then use times 10 every time. Just move on. This is just error scenario. Also for this one, remember it is this scenario is valid. So you loop finish it, then you have made an incorrect character. So you just return the 4193. So I just forgot the previous, forgot I already inside a loop. Thank you for watching.